Something strange is happening behind the scenes in K-pop. Do you realize it? Taehyung, one of the most iconic members of BTS, has suddenly disappeared from the public spotlight. No uploads, no updates, even interaction with the ARMY seemed to be cut off. Fans began to wonder, what is it exactly? Suspicions were heightened when in a recent interview, Jungkook, the golden magne, looked different. His face was not as calm as usual, and at the mention of Taehyung's name, he fell silent for a moment. The look in his eyes changed. There was a sadness that could not be hidden. Is that a signal? A signal that something is not right behind their relationship, or even with HYBE herself. Some ARMY suspected that Taehyung was under pressure from the agency. Moreover, there are internal sources who whisper the news that Taehyung has recently had a disagreement with the management regarding his artistic freedom. Is this just an ordinary issue, or is it really a big conflict that is being covered up? While HYBE chose to remain silent and did not respond to various speculations, the wave of unrest among fans was only getting bigger. Many demanded clarification, what makes it all the more touching. During the last fan meeting session, Jungkook sang a ballad song with a very emotional expression. He grabbed the mic as if to convey something that could not be said directly. "I hope everything goes back to the way it was," he said quietly before ending the session with a not entirely sincere smile. Is it a hidden message? Now the world is waiting. Will HYBE explain what really happened? Or will the ARMY remain adrift in this increasingly stifling puzzle? Behind the glitter of the stage and the glare of the cameras, there was something that could not be hidden for too long. Taehyung's absence is not just a short break, as is often used as an excuse in the Korean entertainment world. This feels different. Too sudden. Too quiet. Fans who have been following BTS for years know very well how strong the bond between Jungkook and Taehyung is. They're not just co-workers, they're best friends, brothers, and part of a story of growing up together that has inspired millions of people. So when Jungkook shows signs of loss that can't be covered up, everything turns into alarm for the ARMY community. Some fans investigated further. They find that all of Taehyung's digital activities have suddenly stopped since 3 weeks ago. No stories, no likes, no sign that she's even holding her phone. Surprisingly, some previously announced collaboration schedules were quietly canceled. This includes a special project that will reportedly involve Taehyung and Jungkook in one frame, a project that is no longer mentioned by the agency. There are also rumors that HYBE is undergoing an internal restructuring that could potentially affect the position of some of their artists, especially those who are too independent. Taehyung is known as an artist with high ideals. Is that what makes him a target? To make matters even more emotional, a staffer who declined to be named mentioned that Taehyung was seen crying in the rehearsal room a few days before disappearing. He reportedly only said, "They don't understand what I'm fighting for," before leaving the room in silence. On the other hand, Jungkook continues his activities, but the aura of joy that usually accompanies his presence now seems to have disappeared. In one of the behind-the-scenes videos, he can be seen sitting alone for quite a long time, looking blankly at the phone screen. When asked by the staff, the answer was only one soft sentence: "I miss him." Questions kept popping up. Is HYBE hiding something big from the public? Why did Taehyung have to disappear in the middle of a shining career? And the most heartbreaking, could this be the beginning of a split that the ARMY never imagined would happen? To date, there has been no official explanation from the agency. But one thing is certain, millions of eyes are fixed, waiting and hoping. Because the loss of one star in BTS's galaxy is not just a loss for the group, but a wound felt by the entire ARMY universe. And in the midst of that stifling silence, a moment came that literally shook the hearts of the fans. During Jungkook's live broadcast a few days ago, a fan innocently asked, "Is Taehyung okay?" A question that at first seemed simple, but immediately changed Jungkook's expression. He fell silent. Old. His smile faded slowly, and for a moment, the room felt so quiet despite being watched by hundreds of thousands of eyes. Jungkook then took a deep breath, lowered his head, and only answered one short sentence that broke the heart of anyone who heard it. "I hope he finds peace." That's not a word a normal friend would say. It was a phrase from someone who was harboring wounds, but was not allowed to explain everything. That sentence immediately sparked far greater speculation. Is Taehyung experiencing mental stress? Are they not allowed to work freely? Start demanding transparency. An online petition began circulating, asking HYBE to provide clarification on all the signs that can no longer be considered coincidental. Some of the international fanbase even planned a peaceful rally in front of the HYBE building, sending out LED trucks with messages of support for Taehyung and asking for clarity on his condition. "We are not just fans," wrote one of the largest fanbase accounts from Japan. "We are a family that has a right to know when someone we love is hurt." And most poignantly, an old video clip emerged when Jungkook and Taehyung joked backstage saying, "No matter what happens, we're still a team, right?" Now, those words feel like promises tested by a harsher reality than anything they could have ever imagined. Now the world is waiting, with an emergency that continues to grow. Will HYBE finally speak out? Or will they continue to let this mystery hang and make speculation even more uncontrollable? For sure, behind the smile that began to fade and the silence that grew more and more tense, one thing remained clear: something was wrong. And the army will not stand still.